What's up, Broncos country? Get your heart ready, because what I'm about to tell you could define our season's future. We're just hours away from a showdown that could seal our playoff destiny, and there are 3 details that nobody is talking about, but they could be the difference between glory and frustration. Stick with me till the end, because this is going to give you chills. Denver Broncos family, Sunday isn't just any game. It's the kind of matchup that separates good teams from great teams. We're sitting at 11 wins, 2 losses, 10 consecutive games undefeated, and what seemed impossible at the season start is now knocking at our door. A guaranteed playoff berth can be clinched right here in our own backyard at home, with our crowd making that deafening noise that turns Empower Field at Mile High into a true fortress. But wait, there's a catch to all this. The Packers are coming in with 9 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. They're on a 4-game winning streak. And guess what? They're the favorites. That's right, people are betting against us playing at our house, where we're unbeatable this season. 6 games, 6 wins, 0 losses on our sacred turf. Now I ask you, how can a team that hasn't lost at home all season be considered the underdog? The answer is simple, family. It's because everyone knows Sunday is going to be a war. The Packers didn't come to mess around. They want to maintain their division lead, they want to prove they're real title contenders, and most importantly, they want to crush our dream of clinching a playoff spot this week. But it's different here. This is Denver. This is altitude. This is where opponents struggle to breathe and where our players fly. And most importantly, this is where our defense turns quarterbacks into punching bags. 55 sacks in the regular season, family. 55. That's simply historic. The question is, how do we secure this win? How do we turn this game into a true green and gold nightmare? Because just wanting to win isn't enough. We need to execute. We need to dominate. We need to destroy, and that's why I've picked out 3 fundamental keys, 3 aspects of the game that will decide whether we walk out of Sunday punching our playoff ticket or end up depending on other results. 3 battles within the larger war. 3 individual matchups that could make all the difference. Are you ready to know what they are? Because when I tell you, you'll understand why this game is so dangerous and so special at the same time. But before revealing these 3 keys, let me tell you something. The Packers have a history against us here in Denver. They haven't won on our turf since 2007. That's 17 years without beating us at altitude. But you know what that really means? That these guys are going to be even hungrier, even more motivated to break this losing streak. And look at the pressure that's at stake on both sides. If we win, we clinch the playoffs. If the Patriots lose and we win, we maintain first place in the AFC. That's a lot on the line, family. A lot of responsibility. And it's in these moments that true champions emerge. Now let's get to the 3 keys that could define everything. The first key, the most critical of all, involves a guy you need to know if you don't already. A pass rusher who came from Dallas and is wreaking absolute havoc in the league this year. His name? Micah Parsons. Parsons isn't your average edge rusher. This guy is a predator. 6'3", 245 pounds of pure explosion and technique. And guess how many sacks he has this season with the Packers? 12.5. 12.5, family. That means he alone has almost a quarter of all Green Bay's sacks. And there's more. In the last game against the Bears, the Packers coach was furious with the refs because, in his view, the Chicago guys held Parsons all game long, and the refs didn't call anything. There was even a play where they ripped off a piece of his jersey sleeve from pulling so hard, and still, no yellow flags. You know what that means? That Parsons is coming to Denver with a thirst for revenge. He went 4 games this season without recording a single sack. 4! For a guy at his level, that's unacceptable. He's going to want to redeem himself. He's going to want to prove he's still one of the best in the league. And who's he going to want to take down? Our young quarterback, Bo Nix. So you ask me, but how do we stop a monster like that? How do we protect our 24-year-old kid who's having a sensational rookie season? The answer goes through Sean Payton. Our coach is a master at creating offensive schemes that neutralize dominant pass rushers. And he's got some secret weapons for this. First weapon, the giant Mercedes Lewis. This 6'6" tight end has been used all year as an extra blocker. He's not a primary receiver, but as an additional protector on the offensive line, the guy is a wall. And against Parsons, you can bet Lewis will be glued to him all game long. Second weapon, heavy formations with extra offensive linemen. Peyton loves using these schemes when facing aggressive defenses. It's like putting an army in front of the quarterback so nobody gets close. Third weapon, Bo Nix has to fend for himself too, and he can. The kid has mobility, he has game awareness, he has the ability to escape the pocket and gain yards with his own legs when protection breaks down. If he can read Parsons' pressure before the snap, he can do what he's done all year. Quick decisions and get the ball out at lightning speed. But there's a problem, family. In the last game against the Raiders, our offensive line gave up 3 sacks and 6 quarterback hits on Nix. 3 sacks when he was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league until then. Max Crosby was tough, but Parsons is another level. If we think Crosby was difficult, imagine what Parsons can do. That's why this is key number 1. If Bo Nix spends the game running for his life, we don't win. If Parsons gets 3, 4 sacks, turns the pocket into hell, it's over. Our offense doesn't work without time. We need to neutralize this guy. We must. Now let's move to the second key, and this one's on the other side of the ball. It's about our defense, about how we're going to stop the Packers' offensive engine. And when I say engine, it's literally about their running back. A guy who spent 5 years with the Raiders before signing with Green Bay this offseason. A guy that Vance Joseph, our defensive coordinator, knows really well from facing him twice a year when this player wore silver and black. I'm talking about Josh Jacobs. Jacobs isn't just another running back. He's the heart of Green Bay's offense. He's the team captain. He's the guy who leads all Packers in touchdowns with 12 on the season. 12! No other Green Bay player even comes close. 817 rushing yards, 4-yard average per carry, and a physical style that hurts defenses. He runs between the tackles like a runaway train, but also has the ability to turn the corner and explode to the outside. He's complete. And worse, the guy also catches passes. 31 receptions, 251 receiving yards, 8-yard average per reception. He's used in the passing game, just like R.J. Harvey here in Denver. These are those modern running backs who do everything. 50 first downs on the season, family, 50. He alone moves the chains more than any other Packers player. This shows how Matt LaFleur, their coach, built the entire offense around Jacobs. If he works, the whole offense works. If he doesn't produce, Green Bay stalls. So you look at our defense and think, can we stop this guy? And the answer is, we have to. Our run defense is the second best in the league. 89 yards allowed per game. That's ridiculously good. We suffocate running backs, we close the holes, we turn 8-yard runs into 2-yard losses. But Jacobs isn't just any running back, and that's why Vance Joseph is going to have to be creative. The front seven needs to contain the Packers' offensive line, can't leave holes open. The linebackers need to fill the gaps with speed, and the safeties have to be ready to support against those outside runs that Jacobs loves. But there's another crucial detail here, family. If we can stop Jacobs, if we can force the Packers to become a one-dimensional team that can only pass the ball, guess what happens? Our pass rush is going to eat quarterback Jordan Love alive. Because Love is good, I won't lie. But he's not Tom Brady. He's not Patrick Mahomes. When he's under constant pressure, he makes mistakes. And with 55 sacks on the season, we know how to apply pressure. Imagine the scenario. Jacobs being stopped on runs, Love being forced to pass on every third down play, and our defensive line with Baron Browning, Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, and company flying at the quarterback. It's any fan's dream. That's why the second key is this: stop Josh Jacobs. If he has a mediocre game, like 60, 70 yards with us winning first and second downs, putting Green Bay in long third downs, we win this game easily. But if Jacobs has 120, 150 yards, if he's making first downs by himself, moving the chains, giving Love time to find his rhythm in the passing game, then the game becomes much harder. So that's it, family. Our number 2 ranked run defense versus the 3rd highest scoring running back in the NFL this season. It's an epic battle. And I trust our guys. I trust Vance Joseph. I trust we're going to find a way to neutralize Jacobs. And now we come to the 3rd and final key. And this one is about our offense, about how we're going to score points against a Packers defense that's among the top 5 in the league. And the answer has a name, a number, a connection that's been our salvation all year long. Courtland Sutton. Sutton is the guy, family. No arguing about it. 8 seasons in the league, all in our uniform. Team captain, leader in all important offensive categories, targets, receptions, yards, big plays, first downs, everything goes through him. 6'3", 216 pounds of pure talent. And in the last 2 road games, what has this man done? 11 receptions, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. 11 receptions, family. Bo Nix trusts him. When the game is tough, when he needs a crucial first down, when it's 3rd and long in enemy territory, Nix looks for Sutton. And Sutton delivers. 56 receptions, 773 yards, 5 touchdowns, 13.8 yards per reception average. Those numbers speak for themselves. But there's an even more impressive stat. In 9 of 13 games this season, Sutton had over 50 receiving yards. 9. That's consistency. That's reliability. And check this other number. When Sutton is targeted 10 times or more in a game, we always win. Always. And when he gets 10 targets or more, the numbers explode. 19 receptions, 248 yards, 1 touchdown. It's guaranteed production. But here's the problem. Everyone knows Sutton is our best receiver. Everyone knows Nix looks for him on important plays. And that's why opposing defenses do everything to take him out of the game. Double coverage, safety help over the top, physical cornerback pressing at the line. They try to erase Sutton from the map. And that opens up space for other guys to shine. Troy Franklin, our second-year guy, has exploded in some games. Pat Bryant, the rookie, has made big plays when least expected. These kids have benefited from the attention Sutton receives. But against the Packers, especially with Xavier McKinney in their secondary, who's one of the best safeties in the league, we can't just depend on the young guys making plays. We need the veteran. We need Sutton dominating. We need him winning individual matchups. We need him making those impossible receptions in the red zone, like the one he made 2 weeks ago in Washington on Sunday Night Football. That was simply absurd. And Sean Payton knows this. That's why he's going to design plays specifically for Sutton. He's going to put him in motion to create mismatches. He's going to use picks and rubs to create space. He's going to force the Packers to choose, either stop Sutton and leave other receivers open, or try to cover everyone and let our captain do what he does best. Because at the end of the day, family, when the game is tight, when it's 19-19 in the fourth quarter, when we need a game-winning drive, Bo Nix is going to look for his favorite target. And that target is number 14. If Sutton has a big game like 8, 9 receptions, 100 yards or more, maybe a touchdown, we win. Simple as that. But if the Packers can neutralize him, if they can force Nix to distribute the ball to other targets who aren't as hot as Sutton, the game gets much more complicated. That's why the 3rd key is this. Get the ball to Sutton. Trust the veteran. Let him do the work. Because he always delivers, always shows up, always makes a difference when we need him most. And look, I know talking is easy. Executing is hard, but if there's a team that can do this, it's ours. If there's a quarterback who trusts his receiver, it's Bo Nix with Courtland Sutton. And if there's a connection that can take us to the playoffs, it's this one. So let's recap Broncos country, because I want these 3 keys to be crystal clear in your head when you watch this game on Sunday. Key number 1, neutralize Micah Parsons. Don't let him destroy our pocket. Use extra blockers, heavy formations, quick reads from Bo Nix. If Parsons has a quiet game, we have a chance. If he has 3-4 sacks, we're in danger. Key number 2. Stop Josh Jacobs. Dominate the line of scrimmage. Close the holes. Force long third downs. Turn the Packers into a one-dimensional team. If Jacobs has less than 80 rushing yards, we probably win. If he explodes with 130, 150 yards, it becomes a different game. Key number 3. Attack with Courtland Sutton. Give our captain at least 10 targets. Trust that he'll win individual matchups. Use him as the primary weapon, especially in the red zone. If Sutton has over 100 receiving yards, you can write it down. Broncos victory. 3 battles within the war. 3 matchups that will define the final result. And the beauty of football is exactly that, family. It's not just about which team is better on paper. It's about which team executes the game plan better, which team wins the individual battles, which team wants it more. And I guarantee you, nobody wants it more than us. Nobody is hungrier than the Broncos. Because we spent years at the bottom, years being a joke, years watching other teams in the playoffs while we stayed home watching on TV. But this year is different. This year we have identity. We have winning culture. We have a coach who knows what he's doing. We have a rookie quarterback who plays like a veteran. We have a dominant defense that suffocates offenses. And we have a fan base that believes. So when the Packers step on our field, when they look at the stands and see a sea of orange, when they try to call audibles at the line and can't because of the deafening noise, they're going to understand something. They're going to understand that it's different here. That altitude isn't an excuse, it's reality. That playing in Denver isn't a walk in the park, it's survival. And that this 2025 Broncos team isn't here to participate. We're here to dominate. 10 straight wins. 6-0 at home, 55 sacks on the season, a defense that allows only 18.1 points per game. These numbers don't lie, family. We are legit. And Sunday, on our turf, with the playoffs on the line, with the chance to clinch a berth this week, with thousands of Broncos country fans making noise, we're going to show the Packers, the analysts, the entire league. Denver is back, but it won't be easy. It never is. Green Bay didn't come here to lose. Matt LaFleur is an excellent coach. Jordan Love is talented. Their defense is solid. They've got pieces in every position. That's why these 3 keys are so important: Parsons, Jacobs, and Sutton. If we win these 3 battles, we win the war. And if we win the war, we clinch the playoffs in Week 15. In Week 15, family, do you realize what that means? Do you realize how that changes everything? Because then we can use the final weeks to adjust the team, give rest to the starters, prepare for the wild card game. It's huge. But first, Sunday. First, the Packers. First, proving we deserve it. Now answer me something, Broncos country. So, family, give this video a thumbs up if you believe these Broncos are going to dominate on Sunday. Share it with that friend who's doubting us. Leave in the comments which of these 3 keys you think is the most important. And if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now, because the season is just heating up and you can't miss a single moment of this journey to the Super Bowl. Let's go together, Broncos country. Let's make noise. Let's pack the stadium. Let's show the Packers that Denver isn't for amateurs. And on Sunday, when the final whistle blows, when we have 12 wins on our record, when the playoffs are mathematically guaranteed, you're going to remember this video. You're going to remember these 3 keys, and you're going to understand why this team is special. So let's go, Denver Broncos family. Let's make it happen. The Packers better get ready because the orange storm is coming, and when it arrives, there's nothing left. Until the next video, Broncos country, and on Sunday, it's ours.